Hey everyone, and welcome back to FSI DFS. I am McKinley412. I'm one of the NHL coaches here. And today we're going to be breaking down this main slate on Saturday for the NHL. Pretty decent sized slate for a Saturday. We got one clear cut favorite, and that's going to be Toronto. Minus 290 favorites at the time of this recording. They haven't been the offensive juggernaut that we've come to expect in years past, but I fully expect them to figure it out at some point here. Matthews has just really struggled so far this season in his short time back. But I think at home against Detroit, who's on a back-to-back with travel, I think they'll do just fine tonight. Game total-wise, they're expecting a lot of goals on these slates. Edmonton and Vancouver are at 6.5 over-under. Everybody else is at a 6. A 5.5 over-under is very common in NHL, and we don't have any of those on this slate. So Vegas is expecting a lot of goals to happen tonight, so you definitely want to make sure that you are on those goal scorers. So let's look at the center position here first. Connor McDavid up at the top, 9,000. He's got a multi-point game in every single game so far this season. He is just unreal. He's on another level. He is facing up against Vancouver, but still, this guy has a floor and a ceiling that is higher than anybody in the entire league. At 9K, I think he's almost kind of like put him in there for cash games. There are some other top end options, but still, McDavid, he is shooting the puck like crazy. I think he's got 7 or more shots on goal in 3 of his past 5. And like I mentioned before, multi-point game production in each game so far this season. If you don't want to go there, Austin Matthews, I think, could make for a great GPP pivot at 8.4K. Like I mentioned, he has been really struggling in his short time back, but he can provide you with a great shot floor. He is shooting the puck a lot. And as mentioned earlier, Detroit is on a back-to-back. Toronto is at home, and Detroit played in overtime last night against Florida. So I think Toronto is in a great spot here to kind of bounce back and get this offense going, an offense that has really struggled to start the season. Back with Toronto, John Tavares, 5.8K. This is just too cheap for a guy of his level. Now, he's got 2 goals, 2 assists on the season, and his production hasn't been what it has been either. He skates on that second line, and Toronto did jumble up their line. So he is skating alongside Mitch Marner, and we know what his ceiling and his talent is. So Tavares gets line 2 with Marner. He's also on the top power play unit with Austin Matthews and Marner. He's got a 3+ shot floor. He's got 3 or more shots in every single game but 1 so far this season. And as mentioned, they're on the biggest favorite tonight. They're going to have the highest implied total, so I think he's in a great spot for this price. Kirby Dach at 4.5K. Tyler Johnson went down with an injury last night. I haven't seen warm-ups yet. They haven't occurred. But Johnson went back down with an injury. And when he went down, Kirby Dach moved up into that top power play unit. He's skating on that top line. Now he's on the top power play unit for Chicago, and he's getting 19 to 20 minutes of ice time. So Dach at 4.5K, he's not going to really burn you if he only generates a couple of shots here, but I think he's in a great spot. He's in a tough matchup though, going up against St. Louis, but still, with that much ice time and that exposure to the top stars on Chicago, a solid spot here. And then if you really want to go cheap at center position, I won't probably be going this low in cash, but Backlund for Calgary. He skates on that second line. They're going to be at home against Philadelphia. He skates on that second line, second power play unit, and he's going to be getting you 17 to 19 minutes of ice time. So he had a great game. I think a couple games back was a big letdown and was pretty chalky last game for Calgary. But Calgary's offense has been doing very well, and I think he can provide some nice value if you're looking in that area, in that range. Over to the winger position, Kyle Connor, 7.4K, continues to just dominate the league here this season. I think Connor McDavid might be the only player who's been better so far this season. Connor, he is a shot machine. He is a point machine. You can see he's got 6 goals, 7 assists in just 3 games so far. He's routinely hitting that shot bonus as well. And a 7.4K, I think he should be priced closer to 8K at this point in time. So we're definitely getting a little bit of a salary savings for him here. Vladimir Tarasenko, his price is steadily increasing. He was in the mid 4K range not too long ago, but he is still far too cheap. I think this guy should be in the 7K range at this point in time. He is shooting the puck like crazy. He's constantly getting 4 or more shots per game. He's got a multi-point game in 3 straight games. And St. Louis, they are on fire to start this season. St. Louis is 5-1 to start off, and really Tarasenko has been leading the charge for them. Right under him, Mitch Marner, 5.9K. I kind of talked about the Leafs a lot already. I think they're in a great spot tonight going up against Detroit. And 5.9K, this is mainly because he has been in a pretty big slump to start the season, but this is Mitch Marner. We know what this kid can do. We know his talent level. He's got a massive upside. He is seeing a ton of ice time to start the season, 21 to 23 minutes of ice time. He's going to bounce back. This was a guy who was priced over 8K salary last season at times. He hit 8K at one point earlier on this season. He is just far too cheap given the spot that he is in. Reinhart for the Panthers, 4.3K. He had 7 points in 6 games, 2 goals, 5 assists. He is skating on that third line in the second power play unit for Florida. But Florida, they are 8-0-0 to start the season. They're searching for history. The Sabres had a 10-0 start back in 07. I kind of put that one back in there, or 06-07 season. But Reinhart, he has that offensive ability. I saw it here with the Sabres. So 4.3K, I think he is just too cheap given this situation. And one dirt cheap play, Engvall for Toronto, min price at 2.5K. He skates on that second power play unit. I've followed the Toronto beat writers, and they were really praising him in his last game out. I guess he was just all around the ice. He was on top of the puck a lot, and he's been shooting the puck quite a bit here. He's got 3 or more shots in 3 of his past 4 games, and once again, they are on the biggest favorite. He's getting that power play time. He's only going to get you 13 to 15 minutes of ice time, but still at min price, he won't be burning your line at all. And then wrapping things up in the defender position, Brent Burns at 6.6K. We're kind of seeing the Brent Burns of old, almost. He has been shooting the puck like crazy. He's been blocking shots like crazy and getting bonuses in each of them. He's averaging 13 fantasy points per game on DraftKings, and that's only having 3 assists on the entire season. He doesn't have any goals. But we know his offensive ability, so those goals, those assists will come in a little bit more frequently here. And he's getting 26 to 28 minutes of ice time per game. So Brent Burns, I think, is in a great spot here tonight at that salary. If you want to go a little cheaper, but kind of still pay up a little bit, Neil Pionk for Winnipeg. He's got 8 assists in his past 7 games. He skates on the power play 1, and he's getting you 22 minutes of ice time per game. Winnipeg is going up against San Jose. San Jose has had a nice start to the season, but I don't really believe that they're as good of a team as the record indicates right now. John Marino, sorry. 3.9K. Letang, he's still out here for the time being. And with Letang out, Marino has kind of stepped into his role on that top power play unit, that top pair. For the Penguins, he's seeing over 24 minutes of ice time per game. He's been getting the shot bonus recently. He's been getting the block shot bonus recently. Not in the same game, but at 3.9K, he has been cored here at FSI a couple of times so far this season, just because with Letang out, he provides so much upside. And then rounding things out, we have Gudas for Florida and the Panthers. 2.8K, he's averaging 8.2 fantasy points per game so far this season. He only has 2 assists, but that kind of shows you how much he's kind of producing just in shots generated and in his block shots. He's got, sorry, that's my alarm. He's got 2 or more block shots in 6 of his 8 games, and we're looking for that 3 block shots give you that bonus. So he's right there. He has hit the bonus a couple of times. Going up against, who are they going? I think they're going up against Boston here tonight. Yeah, going up against Boston. I think that he could be in line to absolutely get that. So that kind of wraps things up today. Thank you for watching. Please hit that subscribe button. We really do appreciate it. Drop a comment down below. and come join our Discord. We got a link down in the description below to our website, and you can follow that to kind of hop into our Discord as well. So please come check us out. We're doing great so far this season. I'm 13-5 in double ups. I'm mainly the cash game player. My partner TK Nation, he's the GPP kind of guy. He's got a couple of takedowns already this season in a lot of the showdowns. He's come real close in the classics as well. So come join us. We provide cores for each of the main slates, all the showdowns, tiers, and that. So good luck in your contest as always, and we will see you in the next video.